Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. Don't be scared. Somebody beat his ass. Give him a swirly. Take his underwear. Twist his balls off. Take his Game Boy.
So, VTubers.
Jump scare! Miran Royal uploads another fuck. Oh. I mean, Fuss VTuber drama video.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
I just want you all to know this is only my second VTuber video of this year, and around the time this video is uploaded, we are like 134 days into the current year. And
yeah, that's not that bad. Like, I gotta be a VTuber 134 days already. Like, that's even worse.
That deserves at least some praise. I most definitely could have done more. I have a
Oh, and not the... Dude, I am so chronically online. The Peanut and the lady who was saying slurs on Twitter. I need a hobby. I shouldn't even know any of these people.
a lot of things to talk about when it comes to this form of media, because there are so many of them and almost anyone can become one, even the most chromosome deficient.
Here's my... I was about to say, is he talking about me? And then I got another example on the screen.
My impression of a Minecraft villager getting backshots.
But as I've found out through the extensive research I've done on this channel, being a VTuber isn't as easy as it looks.
I love that little face. Okay, that sounds creepy. I love whenever she does the face that's like, with the eyes like half closed and like the cute little kitty mouth. It's so cute!
For one, you have to deal with this stereotype that many people just assume you're an obese, sweaty man with a voice changer.
That is not true, and I really hope that today we change the narrative.
And you're using what is essentially a cute anime girl to hide that fact. You also have to deal with the VTuber community itself, which can slowly erode your mental over the years more than any competitive league game ever could.
Okay, the only thing I will say about the VTuber community that is kind of annoying sometimes is that no joke ever just dies. Like, move on!
It eventually just leaves you as a husk of your former self.
Every morning, Pippa wants you to look in the mirror. And to stand as tall as you can. Not on your tippy toes, but like stand straight, okay?
Okay, like
and
this.
say, I'm a good person.
I'm a good person.
I can do better today than I did yesterday.
I can do better today than I did yesterday.
Buddy, where's your fucking art degree? Oh, you have one?
I do have an art degree. I don't want to even hit play. I'm gonna be honest, I do not want to hit play right now.
Okay, Hitler.
And let's not forget
I do not know that man.
you also get exposed to and have to deal with the gooner side of the VTuber community.
I would literally never stop trying to impregnate Pippa. Every day.
You know what? There were actually more gooners when I wasn't a VTuber that I used to stream with. His name's K-Dub. And somebody commented one time, they were like, I hope that K-Dub gets you pregnant and you have the baby so I can watch you feed the baby on stream. I was like, wait, what? What? That was wild, by the way. And then the second one was some guy that sent me a DM and he was like, hey, if I send you my jacket, can you sit on it and fart on it every single day for a month and then give it back and I'll give you 50 bucks? I'm gonna be honest, 50's a little low.
I would wake her up by in her, and every night I would come in her right before going to sleep, which I would do with my dick stuck inside her bunny pussy. I would take some Viagra before bed just to maintain my erection so that she'll be ready in the morning.
That message keeps going, by the way. There is at least 2 more paragraphs of it going into graphic detail about their fantasy to have a loving family and fill their favorite VTuber, to say the least.
Oh my god, he was losing gallons.
But as I was saying, being a VTuber, or more accurately a VTuber with a large audience with a lot of eyes on them, isn't as easy as it looks, from managing a community that large to trying to make entertaining content for your audience, to even dealing with drama, which are all—
Oh, dude, there's always so much VTuber drama. It's actually crazy. it got to the point where I was tired of reading Google Documents. Every single day I would get on Twitter and there was another Google Docie. I was like, damn, it feels like I got homework.
All things their fleshy counterparts also have to deal with. However, where they differ slightly is when you're a VTuber and you're thinking of maybe hanging up your virtual foreskin, you can just do a so-called graduation, which is a term for when VTubers decide to retire their virtual avatar or persona, and in most cases either rebrand as another VTuber or in some cases just leave it all behind entirely.
Well, I didn't want to tell you guys this, but I gotta go.
And it's incredibly easy to do this as a
What do you mean, finally? That was the exact opposite reaction. Nah. Is this the only community that says thank God?
just leave it all behind entirely. And it's incredibly easy to do this as a VTuber, as most never reveal personal information regarding themselves or what they look like, meaning...
Look, I'll tell you now since I'm going to off Kai. Big, beautiful biddies, tiny waist, Mewtwo build, long flowing hair, 6'4", abs ripped.
If they do step away from content creation, nobody is probably ever going to recognize them, and they can just up and leave, no strings attached. This is a VTuber fan's worst nightmare. Well, obviously alongside hearing their so-called she actually has a boyfriend, of which they probably do. Wake up. But this leads on to the topic of today's video, as a certain VTuber not only abruptly stopped making content, but recently wiped a lot of their past online activity, with no warning or announcement of why they did this. All that was left behind was a cryptic message and a rabbit hole that is still yet to be solved. The last time
Dude, wasn't there like a riddle a long time ago? What was it called? It was like a bug. And if you could solve the bug riddle that you were really smart, it was when I was in middle school. It was like called like the Lotus or something. Cicada! Yes. This is like VTuber Cicada.
streamed was over 6 months ago, and it's led people, especially her fans and people associated with her, to come up with a range of theories, like she was burnt out from making content and graduated.
Are people really making like one of these boards? Wait, this is like...
She's rebranding, she's dead, she got deported from the country she's in, or even she got pregnant and quit so she could have the baby. This only ever happens in the VTubing community, by the way. Either way, it's got a lot of people online worried and wondering where exactly she went. This VTuber is Filian, and today we're going to be jumping into the rabbit hole head first to see what all...
Okay, this is where I'm gonna show that I'm kind of like not that big in the know. The thing I remember Filian for was, didn't she go to an airport and say she had a B-O-M-B? That is like my main knowledge of Filian.
All the fuss is about, see what people have discovered from the little information they were given, and if they have come anywhere close to answering the question of where she is.
Yeah.
But first, as usual, who is Filian?
Wish I knew. I wanna like, she seems very fun and nice, and I think I did like one competition show where I submitted like a video for her thing, and it was like how all VTubers are mentally ill.
So what do you think of men who get cooked?
I think that's really sad. They should can I say that?
What?
I think they should beat their wives.
It's said that Filian started streaming all the way back in early 2021. However, some have claimed she was active way earlier in 2020, but the clips of said streams and videos are no longer available. Now, Filian originally, although being labelled a VTuber, initially didn't even know what a VTuber was, and her whole streaming career only started
Maybe, like,
because she
VR
wanted
chat?
to play on a Minecraft server with her friends, but you had to be a streamer to play on the server, so she decided there and then to start streaming. Her earliest streams were mainly on games like Minecraft.
Huh, wait, that's actually kind of interesting. The reason, people do ask me this too, the reason I started streaming was because I had very bad people skills in real life. Like, I couldn't talk to anybody. I remember I went to go apply for my first job and I cried in the car. So I went to go and be, I went to go be a streamer, and the bad thing is, like, Now I can talk to people on the computer, but in real life, I still can't talk to people. I don't know what the monitor and the blue light does, but for some reason it makes it a little bit easier.
And VR chat. Yes, VR chat of all places.
Yeah,
These earlier streams were mainly
that's where I heard about sounding. I didn't know what that really was before VR chat. The furries will teach you a lot of stuff.
watched by friends that she had met through things like VR chat, with her first stream averaging 7 viewers, which for a first stream is
That's
actually
good.
pretty good.
Whenever Puggy Wuggy, whenever I drop them through the bomb of the world,
Wait, where have I heard that before? Wait, I've heard that before!
they kill me half the time on their way down.
In that first stream, she would decide to add a picture
That's her sub sound! Dude! That's where it's from! Wow!
of her VR chat model to the bottom right of the screen. I assume so her viewers had something to look at, but little did she know that one decision would actually lead to a very promising career that would change her life going forward, which is a very similar story to the average Warframe experience.
Dude, my Warframe experience is that my fingers are too small, and it was hard for me to hit all of the buttons, so I just like crashed out, threw my keyboard on the ground, and then I just never played again.
Because as soon as you click that play button for the first time, you either come out as a degenerate grinder with thousands of hours, or you come out questioning your masculinity and your identity.
Nah, the programmer sucks!
There is no in-between, it's very similar to the War Thunder phenomenon. But anyway, Filian simply putting a PNG of her avatar in the corner of the screen was the catalyst for her success, primarily because it introduced her to the world of VTubing, which is a mistake I also made. Someone would come—
dude, that happened to me too. Like, I didn't really know a lot about VTubers a long time ago, and then what happened was I watched like 1 or 2, and then my YouTube recommended was all VTubers, and now I don't even watch normal people anymore, and they kind of scare me when they come up with my recommended.
into her stream and think the PNG image was a VTubing model, and because it was static and not moving, they would tell her her VTubing model is broken. But Filian didn't know what a VTuber was, or what the fuck this guy was talking about.
That's what I did. So I put like a little tiny PNG of the mint model, the low film model right here, and it was a static image. Someone came into my stream and they said, "Hey, did you know your camera broke? Your little VTube camera broke?" And I said, "What's a VTuber?"
But upon researching it, she decided to become a VTuber, but not a conventional VTuber. Because one, she would simply just take a model from VRChat and pop it into a VTubing software so she could track her face, and technically be considered a VTuber, which would be an apparent problem later down the line.
Oh, yeah.
But she would also later use—
But like, even then, without all the drama for the other stuff that happens, it's pretty smart to be like innovative and do something without having to spend $9 more billion, because there's some people I know who have never like even streamed before, and then they go and buy like a $20,000 model. Like, you don't even know if you like streaming. It could suck.
use her unconventional means of being a VTuber to her advantage, and it would become one of the main things she was known for.
I can do that. Not. Do you think she can teach me?
3, 2, 1. Here we go. Perfect. I got it. I can do it.
No! Nah, that gotta be more than like a couple years of bad luck.
Man, I took 6 laxatives. I'm about to do a backflip.
Never trust a fart.
You're watching the Filian channel, and I call this one the brown flip.
Oh no! Wait, I see you guys in chat! Wait, I know some of you! I know you, Snowing. I know you, Dark. I know you, Poppy. Wait a second. Has this just become a place for Filian refugees? I'm on to you!
No. Stop!
Filian and subsequently her streams became known for their high energy and somewhat impressive acrobatic skills, which
I went to clown school. I can't do all that though, but maybe I should go back.
most times resulted in her damaging her VR equipment, and she constantly had to keep replacing said equipment. Over the next—
That's expensive. Dude, I broke my VR what was it, like the index controllers, they're kind of easy to break. Like if you just start like raging out and like throw it on the ground.
6 months, Filian would grow her audience to the point where she was now averaging over 100 viewers per stream. By the end of the same year, she would average 4 times that. However, at the start of the following year, due to a certain event, she would blow up even more.
What'd she do? What was that?
And that blow up is once again something to do with VR chat. As Filian was now somewhat well known within the space, she would get invited to another streamer's event, that being Rafflegator.
Oh, wait, this is the VR guy, right? And he has like the big booty mommies on his stream and they be like shaking their things.
Someone very well known within both the streaming and VR chat space. He was hosting an on-stream event where another streamer throughout multiple rounds would go on dates with multiple candidates, with said candidates usually being other streamers or people known within the VR chat space.
See, this is why I think events are really fun. Like, I want to do more events whenever my new tracking's done. Because I think it's cool, and like I think what makes this formula successful is that it's a low barrier to entry. Like, as long as you get people who are funny on your stream, anybody can understand what's happening, and then everybody watches it. Which is why I also think React content is very popular, because you can start the video and you all start on the same page. But if you start like in a Let's Play and it's like part 20, like you have less viewership because people don't know what's happening.
And round by round, the streamer going on all of these dates would have to eliminate candidates one by one.
I'm sorry, did you say something? Okay, you were distracted by Kitty Cat Cortana. All right, okay, I see what's going on. My bad, I'll shut up, my bad.
Based on how that candidate performed during their date. And I know what you're thinking, but no, these dates aren't taken seriously and they're usually just for entertainment purposes.
Oh, so this is like, VTuber or VR chat pop the balloon.
Rafflegator had already hosted this event multiple times with multiple big streamers, and Filian was invited to participate as a date candidate in the next one, with the subject of this specific stream being the well-known streamer Mizkif. Obviously,
no comment. Everybody hold your plushies back.
This was before recent events happened. The event was streamed in front of thousands of viewers, and this would give Filian a chance to show these thousands of viewers her high energy and usual on-stream antics. And she most definitely didn't disappoint.
She's fantastic. I mean...
I'm so glad you guys like it.
Yeah, bless you.
Dude, one thing I really want to do is like play with more people that are VR chat Andies, because I think VR chat Andies are really good at like using like body language. Like, does that make sense? Like, they're good at like making a scene with like their I guess like charisma-y body movements. But like, I don't feel comfortable in my body. Okay, that sounded like trauma. Like, yeah, like not even in a traumatic way. Like, it's like they're good at moving around.
That was my wall.
That actually sounded real.
Alright.
Ready?
And back and forth we go. Alright, all you. Just speak your words to me. Oh my god, you're so good at this.
I'm so well at this.
Yes, indeed. Oh my gosh. You're like a medium well done steak. Just perfect.
Ew! Just perfect medium well?
Is this like the POV of a paraplegic's dating life or something? However, no matter how much Filian tried, she was ultimately eliminated in later rounds.
No!
Congratulations, Momo! You are the winner! Filian, get the fuck out of here!
I knew Kitty Cat Cortana was gonna win. I mean, look at her.
Well, at least she didn't lose to the thing that looked...
I'm sorry, I just feel like this is like a crazy fetish model. There is no way. That's mine. That's you. You look great.
Looks like it was created in the Ark Survival Evolved character creator. But even though Filian didn't win, she was still able to show the people watching how entertaining she could be, even if she was only there for one stream and for a very limited time. Filian would go live 2 days later, doing her usual content. However, a lot more people were present for said stream.
smart. I think it's actually really admirable when people get like a big break, or like they get like involved in like a big collab, and then they just start streaming and like spamming being online. There's a lot of people who will start doing really well, but then they just like never actually stream, and then they never get like the momentum. So this is like like work, like good job.
Over 1,000 to be specific, primarily because Filian had left such a positive impression on the viewers of that streamed event,
that's
so a lot
awesome.
of them would go check out her stream, leading to a huge leap in viewership and support, which would ultimately stunlock Filian, and she would get a bit emotional.
Wait, are there really 1,400 people watching right now? Wait, is that real or not? Yeah?
Whenever.
Oh, Tangor! Are you serious?
From this point on, Filian would keep growing. She would do more collabs with big streamers, and she would integrate more into the VTuber community, becoming well acquainted with those within the space, which led to the creation of popular clips like this.
So what do you think of men who get cooked?
I think that's really sad. They should, can I say that?
What?
I think they should beat their wives.
That's true, and yeah, that's true.
That's true, and yeah, that's true, and true, and yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. I mean,
People absolutely
Dude, this is probably my most guilty watch. I used to watch his streams all the time because he would stream like literally 48 hours in a row. And nobody else was online. And I would just sit there and play games and just listen to him. Yep, that's true. Yep, true. Yep, that's true. Yep.
loved Filian's character and her on-stream behavior. By the end of 2023, she was averaging well over 5,000 viewers per stream, and clips of her were being shared everywhere. However, even though things were looking good, she would run into a major problem. Now, Filian had never really had an official VTuber debut. A VTuber debut is probably the most important part of being a VTuber.
I would say this is partially true. Maybe back in the day, or if you're like Corpa, but like nowadays I would say no. Like it's probably better to just start streaming and not like worry about doing like a debut. Anyways, I'm gonna be debuting my new tracking this weekend, just kidding.
It's mainly used to announce the start of their VTubing career or a significant change to their already existing content, like a new model or lore drop. And despite being assigned
Clips are more important. I totally agree with you. That's why I always try to say thank you to everybody who clips. Thank you guys for uploading clips on the YouTube channels that you have. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the fan art. Thank you for everything. Like, you guys are actually the greatest of all time, and I super appreciate it, and thank you most of all for hanging out with me. W all of you. WW. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
the title of VTuber, Filian had never debuted or really changed much about her model. It was still a random avatar taken from VR chat and put into a VTubing software, and that—
Dude, and the bad thing, which is what I feel bad about, is like, her brand is on this model. And even whenever I just redid my face tracking, I had people who were pissed in the comments. They're like, oh, I don't like that you redid this. I don't like that you redid that. I like your old model. I don't like your new model. Yada, blah, 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 blah. So it's like hard because if she were to make an entirely new model, like, you're still gonna have people being stinky and being like, oh, I like the other model better. Like, this doesn't fit you. Blah, 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 blah.
That's the way it stayed since she started streaming. And some would argue by the time she was already well known within the VTubing space, it was already too late for her to debut with a new model. Because most people recognized her not only down to her on-stream antics, but also that specific model she used. That's how a lot of people knew it was Filian. So
I think she could have any model, honestly, because she's really good at being entertaining, and then she adds value to the model, if that makes sense. So I think she could probably use anything. It's just kind of, you gotta have like iron mental because people are gonna be really annoying.
it would be hard for her to just change the model without it affecting things like her brand. So she just didn't. She continued using that same model for a number of years. She even made things such as plushies and merch based on that avatar. But there was a bit of a problem with her using said model, and the problem becomes increasingly apparent when you go back to 2021 and look at how she obtained her recognizable model and the things she did to make her start as a VTuber.
I didn't know what a VTuber was, but it gave me an idea. What if I took my VR chat model and I started face tracking with it? So what I did was I went and ripped the model from VR chat illegally.
Just admitting this is wild.
Put it into some software that I downloaded off the internet, which is the same software I'm still using today. Because I saw this girl DM video. She recommended this software called Luppet. I said, okay, that'll work.
So Filian had ripped a model directly from VR chat.
Her lawyer POV. She needs Saul Goodman, please!
Without the creator's permission and based her whole brand off it, which is very bad and short-sighted, especially when considering things like the terms and conditions of said model, and if she was actually allowed to use it commercially for things like streaming or use its likeness for merch. And that's not mentioning the problem if she didn't pay for the avatar and just stole it. With all of that said, if she did even unknowingly break the avatar creator's TOS in any way, it could be grounds for litigation and she could be sued because she used their property commercially without their permission. And
Filian being short-sighted? I mean, maybe she's like, what, like 5'2"? Sorry, I was just hoping somebody was shorter than me.
And it's kind of ironic in hindsight because the very tutorial she mentions following to become a VTuber advised her about this very thing.
10 to 15 hours of videos. That's what I did before I got started on anything. But the other thing is, make sure you have full permission to use your avatar.
Yes.
Don't take anything from licensed work. Don't have any licensed.
From this one decision she made early on in her streaming career, you can probably guess what happened next. In July of 2024, the creator of the VR chat model would eventually learn who Filian was and what she was doing, specifically using the model they created for things like merch without even notifying them. They would eventually make a public statement saying that Filian had no permission to do any of the things she was doing and that going forward, they have requested things like the merch she was releasing to be suspended, expressing they didn't even want any royalties or benefits, they just wanted to protect the copyright of the character they made. In the following days, a lot of people would pick up on the story and Filian began to get a lot of shit thrown her way because of it, but
Virtual YouTuber. Sometimes I go on there or it gets assaulted on my timeline. And I saw somebody posted me on there. Thank you. It was just images you could hear and it was this. Thank you, Reddit.
Filian never really addressed the controversy, she just streamed through it, which was actually a good move because she wasn't fueling the controversy directly and a lot of people moved on from it as
That's basically what you have to do. You just ignore it and don't say anything. Don't apologize because then when you do apologize, people will think that they can always get you to apologize about everything. So then you just never give into the cycle of apologizing. It's smart not to say anything unless you like murder somebody. Then I think maybe more than an apology is probably needed.
as time went on. But behind the scenes, she was already contacting and working things out with the creator, which was—
See, that's smarter, dude. If I ever have a problem with anybody, I always DM them. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it goes bad, but I think it's smarter to be an adult. Like, anytime I see somebody like complaining on Twitter, I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Would eventually conclude in 2025 when they made another statement, which was them basically saying everything was sorted out and Filian had satisfied their requests. But yes, people still criticised Filian for what she did. Some of said critiques are still present to this day, but by the end of it she made things right with the creator, something ideally she should have done initially, but better late than never.
Yeah.
Going past this, she wouldn't have any more significant controversy sees grow, averaging 6,000 viewers per stream. She continued with her usual antics, she collaborated with multiple big creators, she even hosted a VTuber award show, and just overall her streaming career was going very well. Which
Dude, didn't that also have like a lot of drama too? I saw another person from this chat in that chat! I mean, I guess somebody I adopted. I saw you!
is something, since this career originated from her putting a static PNG in the corner of her screen. But Filian's career in very late 2025 would take an unexpected turn because she would suddenly just disappear.
Filian hasn't streamed since last year. Well, the reason why is because we're actually in a court case right now. We should have caught jacking off to my character to my stream. I actually did we did have to take that to court, and the kids are involved. And
look, if we find her, chat, I promise I'll keep her on a child leash. I got you.
So on the 7th of December 2025, Filian would stream as usual. It was quite a long stream spanning multiple days where she would only end when she finished Minecraft Hardcore, accompanied by other creators like Vedal, Krelly, and Vedal's AI, Neuro. But upon eventually finishing the game, that's when things started getting quite odd. There was weird sounds in the background and her stream was starting to glitch, and then suddenly the stream cut to a pre-recorded video.
oh frick!
Oh my god. I've never seen this!
I didn't think it would be this soon. It's happening! It's time for me to go for a little while. You'll be able to see the world! My world!
The stream would then abruptly end, and Filian wouldn't go live the next day, but then days turned into weeks, and then months, and it's to the
We gotta kill Thanos.
point now where she hasn't streamed for the last 6 months, which left both her fanbase and the wider VTuber community to question where exactly she went.
Dude, that is sad. And like, I don't know, being a part of that community, that would be crazy that just like one day, like you have to go somewhere else and like you aren't talking to like your friends in chat no more and like, I don't know, kiss a homie, none of that. Then you just like see everybody kind of just disperse throughout Twitch and then you hopefully find them again and hang out.
And people came up with a number of theories. Some thought it was another situation with her avatar's career and maybe there was more compliance issues there, but the creator of the avatar hadn't made a statement like they did before, and there was no indication that there was any issues with her model. Another theory was that she was dealing with personal issues, and
didn't she get new tracking? Because like, I thought that she was like sitting in a chair and stuff. So it doesn't make sense that she would just be done. Maybe she's just taking a break and like setting stuff up or something.
things happening in her life, with the most mentioned being the theory she was pregnant and having a child.
Why does it always go to baby? Dude, I said I had to go to the doctor so I wasn't gonna be on stream yesterday. You know what, Tessa? Are you pregnant? Are you having a baby? Are you going to the baby doctor? No!
Once again, there is no evidence for this, it's more of a joke than anything, but if we just lobotomize ourselves real quick and assume it is true, well, yeah, she would have to take a break. Can you imagine her trying to do her usual
I'm sorry, I was distracted. That cannot be comfortable.
acrobatics whilst pregnant, and she suddenly loses her footing and then falls and... I only said that because I wanted an excuse to use that clip, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that theory is impossible because we're assuming anyone associated with the VTuber community is a sex haver, which is just wishful thinking to say the
This is what you guys think I look like, and I don't! I already told you, big boobies, big butt, nice skinny little waist, long flowing locks, okay, abs, all of it. I do not look like this, and I also do not stream on the floor.
least. But yeah, there were a range of theories circulating from this was her simply just taking a break because she was burnt out from streaming, to in the worst case, this is her fully quitting streaming. I think even one person who was friends with Filian made a joke that she got deported, which made a few people angry and they promptly threw their shit at them, but fans would turn their attention to people associated with Filian looking to get answers. But many were also in the dark, and the people that were actually in the know or in contact with Filian
I think you clipped out my favorite part of Cha-Cha's model. Can you, like, lower the screen a little bit?
Filian wouldn't divulge much information.
I can't say anything.
He did this on purpose. This has got gotta be for monetization.
There is nothing to comment. There is nothing to say. Of course, Filian's okay. She's fine. She's fine, guys. Guys, she's fine.
Her fans' concerns got even worse recently when, for some reason, Filian's accounts on multiple platforms were completely wiped, which included her YouTube channel with millions of views where every video was just gone. Most of her presence on the internet was basically wiped with no word from Filian at all. And
dude, like, there's so many people you watch who could just, like, not come back tomorrow. And then you just, like, don't know. And then they're just gone. That's crazy to think about.
most didn't know where she was or if she would ever return. Well, just not yet anyway, because when Filian left, she didn't just up and stop streaming without leaving something behind. Some eagle-eyed fans of Filian on the day she left would notice something weird about her last moments on stream, because in the last moments of it, where it glitches for the final time, there is a set of characters, and these characters were associated with the end text of a YouTube link, and if you popped that into your search bar,
I'm sorry, I gotta know if he has anything crazy in there.
With the end text of a YouTube link, and if you
Discord Game Pass, no, I thought it was gonna be like boys kissing boys or something. There's nothing here.
Popped that into your search bar, you get a YouTube channel with multiple videos. This was an ARG, a game her viewers had to play to find out the truth of what happened to her, and perhaps if they solved it, Filian.
In my dynamic definition, an ARG is essentially a fictional multimedia puzzle that hides in plain sight. It is a narrative that lies in the shadows. They are hiding everywhere and waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims. Okay, so it's just like a little puzzle?
And would return. And I will say this about Filian's fans, they are either the next Einsteins or, more likely knowing her fanbase, extremely unemployed or probably neurodivergent in some way, because they went to work on trying to solve this ARG. A giant Google document was created, this time not to expose anyone, but to archive their findings, and it's honestly impressive what they managed to do. They found clues on the videos present on this newfound channel, they fully dissected each live stream with some that were multiple hours long, looking as deep as performing audio forensics on each live stream to find hidden messages. And most times it turned out they were looking way too far into things than they actually had to. They managed to find clues and hidden messages like, I thought I had more time, keep looking, and Filian is lost. Eventually a link to a Discord server was discovered, which they—
Okay, well, Filian's setting all this up. Maybe I need to be less lazy, because what the hell? This is a lot of work.
And led to a Minecraft server, and on the server they began finding weird structures and messages, of which they then decoded and found a link to a website called blackfileindex.org, which required specific prompts and phrases to proceed, and once they got past that, they were greeted with a desktop with multiple icons, and they eventually found more messages alluding to what happened to Filian and lore surrounding her. But there was still more to be found. They hadn't completed the ARG just yet, and
looks like it's stuck in my armpit. There we go.
They still hadn't found the answer to what really happened to Filian. But all of that changed with the next thing they found quite recently.
What?
They shut the website down. The new YouTube channel also went poof. In fact, the Discord channel dedicated to the ARG was also shut down, supposedly because people were being dicks to the mods. And that's where the ARG—
guys, don't be mean to the mods, okay? Like, they be doing stuff for free. Like, be nice. Also, you would not want to trudge through the filth of a chat room. So give him a pet.
It is to this day. They are stuck and can't proceed because one of the essential components is no longer available. I would say maybe this is a part of the ARG, but it doesn't really look like it. I mean, it is entirely possible people were being so toxic and began harassing both mods and people associated with Filian to get answers to where she is, so they just shut it down to significantly reduce that. Well, that or maybe the ARG was left uncompleted for way too long, so they just got rid of it all and Filian is going to return soon anyway. But there hasn't been a clear answer to what she's doing as of yet. If you—
Nah, the mods were being dicks first. Mommy, hit me first! No, he hit me! No, he hit me! No, he hit me first!
If you want my opinion, this is most definitely a re-debut or rebrand. Do you really think she would go to these lengths just to quit or allude to her getting deported or something? No, she's probably gonna debut with a new model any day now, and this whole thing with the ARG and wiping of accounts was probably implemented to build anticipation for the debut. Because as I said before, if she just debuted with a new completely different model out of nowhere, it would probably confuse a lot of people that are used to her model that she's been using for years, and it might possibly damage her brand in some way, which may be the reason why she hasn't changed the model for over
I want to point too. I just a little left out.
4 years. But by generating anticipation around it and basically having the whole VTubing community's eyes on her disappearance, so when she does eventually come back, a lot of people are going to be there waiting for her new model, meaning it's going to be an easier transition from the
because it's like, we're so happy you're back. We don't care that you don't look like that anymore. We love you. We miss you.
model she's known for and used for years and probably still doesn't have full control over the copyright for, to a completely new model that is vastly different and probably will change the face of her brand. And if this was her plan, she has definitely...
Actually, I know what maybe she was doing. Maybe she was like in the mountains with that guy from Hunter x Hunter, just like punching over and over and over again. And now she's gonna come back even stronger.
achieved her goal. Most of the VTubing community is already anticipating her eventual return. But I'm 99.99% sure this is what is happening here. And in the very impossible situation where I'm wrong and this isn't a re-debut with a new model that changes her brand, I don't know, I'll hang from a ceiling fan by my testicles. That's how confident I am.
Holy crap, that's like an execution in the boys!
To take into account, she has alluded to this new model months before she stopped streaming, and people associated with her have recently talked about it.
It's not gonna be a normal debut. It's gonna be probably the first time in like... Well,
maybe it'll be like a night view.
It's definitely
depending on your time zone.
First time, but maybe the last time anyone has ever done something like this. So it'll be a little bit different, chat. Instead of just debuting, I've been preparing to show you guys my world.
Some people have theorized it's because she lost rights to her model and she's been struggling and needing to clear everything off the internet to try and survive. But I can assure you that's not true. We know for sure things are fine with the original model's creator, and she has been working on a new model for a while. I don't know when that's coming out, but that's all good.
Yeah, it's definitely a debut, and any day now it's gonna drop. I just don't know why some people are getting so impatient to the point where they are losing their shit and attacking other people. And that probably played a hand in the ARG ending so abruptly. It was supposed to be a fun side quest, not taken that seriously. But yep, that's just something I wanted to talk about today. Your favorite acrobatic white-haired gremlin will be back.
Yeah, don't harass people. Look at this. You! Don't harass people. Don't harass people. Don't harass people. Okay, I sound like a cult.
Soon, I'm most definitely correcting my conclusion. If not, I'll be able to...
Also, I feel so bad because, like, okay, is that him using his testes as nutchucks? Okay, I was gonna say about the harassing. It sucks because, like, even if you say don't harass anybody, like, that doesn't help the people who are already cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, they are still gonna do it. Like, it's like saying it solves nothing because the people who are of sound mind won't do it anyway, but, like, even just saying it, like, the people who are crazy are still gonna do it.
To use my testicles like nunchucks.
You don't! No, Coco! No!
In the future, but I'm now going to get my daily anal fisting on Deadlock, and
what? Should I be playing Deadlock?
yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.